if we talk about the current environment of how data science and machine learning is proceeding, everyone is trying to get into data science and machine learning. What are the gaps which you find in your journey and the current journey which every student is trying to follow right now? Hello everyone. So today we have Annu with us. Now her journey all the way from Jhansi, then Kanpur, then Gwalior, then Pune, then Bangalore, then Chennai. It's very fascinating, and today we'll be talking about how she made herself as a artificial intelligence manager at Zycus. So hello Anu.
Hey Sumit, thank you for having me.
Yes. So Anu, the very first thing that I wanted to understand is about your journey. So because our listeners will be listening to you for the very first time, so you want to understand that how you came from Jhansi, then you became a senior manager for artificial intelligence, and I think you have been graduated in the year 2017.
Yes, 17.
17 was a time when nobody knew data science.
Yeah.
So how you made yourself enter into this field?
So first, schooling was at Jhansi and then Kanpur. And in the school itself, I was introduced to coding. So I used to code in Java. With my guidance of the teachers that I have around, I decided to prepare for IIT. So I took a drop after 12th, prepared for IIT JEE. Could not get into IIT JEE, but AIEEE is something that I made it, and then that's how I came to college.
Okay.
IIT Gwalior.
You said that you started coding at a very young age. So which were the languages which you started coding on?
So it was the very first was HTML in school. They taught in HTML, CSS, the basics, and then Java, and then C++.
Okay.
These four languages.
So you started coding over Java and then
Switched to C++.
Okay, great. Now coming to your college life, how was it, and what you did over college? Like, were you the brightest mind in your college also?
No, I would not say that I was not the brightest mind. And then since I was good at coding probably when I started first year, that's how I started taking coding competitions at college as well. So from first year I used to score and I used to get prizes.
So 5 years, why 5 years?
It was a BTech plus MTech integrated course. That's what IIITs offer. It is a
IIIT Gwalior.
IIIT Gwalior. I went to IIIT Gwalior.
Great. So you said you were participating in coding competitions also. So what was your preference? Like, how good are you in coding? Like at that time?
So when I would say when we started in first year, so I had an advantage of last 4 years of coding. So that is where I used to gain these first year kind of wins, and then somehow I was good at it, so I was practicing and doing it. There was my second year of a college. That is where I got introduced to data mining is the correct word that I should say. One of our seniors have startup at Bangalore, so they through them they contacted one of our professors to ask people if people are interested in doing data mining. So that was a new term and it was fascinating. So I said, okay, we will do. Like 15-16 of us volunteered that will do the projects. Those people will coordinate with us from Bangalore and we will be doing our...
So what was the batch size? Like what was your batch size?
128 people.
So out of 128, only 15 said
16,
that. We can understand that at that particular time, data mining was something which nobody likes. So software engineer was...
software engineer, coding, Spodge, hacker rank. A code chef is something that people understood.
In that particular project which you got the opportunity to work on, what was the exact problem statement?
So the problem statement was to do sentiment analysis on the tweets.
With Twitter?
Twitter.
Okay.
So we got a lot of data. First of all, very first project ideally should not have started with the loads of data. 6 lakh tweets is something that takes a lot of time to even load into a system, and we did not know Jupyter notebook at that point in time. Everything was Python, and that too Python now our senior suggested that you have to start coding in Python. C++ and Java wouldn't be a good language for machine learning.
Okay. What was your system configuration at that time?
It was a simple CPUs, not even a GPU. I don't even remember, but a very basic CPUs that are kept in your computer labs.
Okay, so you were using your computer lab at that time.
So our college has good infrastructure in that terms.
Okay,
There were lab CPUs given to you. You have to go to lab and work on those desktops.
So did you enjoy solving that problem?
Yeah. I would say I enjoyed, but I struggled a lot. I mean, not know what to do, where to start, how to solve. We had a little guidance, but not as much as available these days.
Okay, so you said you were the team. Was it a team or was it individual?
Individually, but all of us were working on the same
thing.
problem statement. So we started 15 to 16 of us, but by the end, as you know, in IITs and triple IITs, coding is the main culture. You code, you get into a placement, and then you go and enjoy your life.
Okay.
So since there was a 3-month project, I mean, data science projects are not small projects. You need commitment. So I think only 4 of us were left by the end. Rest all the people dropped off, and they went solving a monthly contest on Spodge and everything.
So why you? What made you to stay back and solve the problem?
I think I find it interesting. I would say I'm a problem solver. So coding, I did some contest on the sites, but that problem fascinated me. Why there's an error? What is happening? I mean, even the small little errors, Stack Overflow is we were searching. We did not know that there is a specific format in which a random forest input is taken.
Okay.
So it takes an array of array. You might be giving looks like an array, but might not be an ND array that we usually call it. We were giving it a list. It was not taking it. So we did not know that, oh shit, you have to convert into ND array. So all these small little things, we got stuck and it was frustrating. But then I kept on. So
you completed the project?
We completed the project. We did it. I can say I don't even remember what was it, what all algorithm. SVM, I think we used. Okay. And we read about SVM.
So the complete learning to solve this problem by yourself, right?
Internet and ourselves.
So that was a great learning experience. The very first time you used data science.
Data mining, say we went to what is a data, what is NLP, what is NLTK, and all those small little things. How to write a Python code, even that's where it started. We wrote a Python code. There was no notebook concept. I was not aware of the notebook concept. Probably it would have been there.
Great. So coming to the placements time, like since you were not coding, were you able to get into some multinational company?
So this was second year, and then third year I was supposed to do coding, but then because of the work that I have done in data science, I got a data science intern. So third year break, no coding, went for the internship at Chennai. And then fourth year again I came in, but since everybody was coding, I did not code for those times. And during the free time also that I got in college, I used to study about NLP and computer vision and everything, but very particularly focused on coding.
But do you think, was it worth like not coding and then?
Today, I think it was worth it. At that point in time, I really contemplated my decisions. However, I enjoyed, problem solving in machine learning, and there were bigger problems that I think I had that patience in me that the people probably might not have had.
So, how was your first job? Like, how you landed into your first job?
Okay. So again, you asked a question about placement. So I sat in the companies. I did prepare for final year. I did not go for internship. I sat down, prepared, solved the coding questions on Geeks for Geeks and the interview bit and all. And then internship, I got an internship, but I did not go. My seniors guided me not to go and study. Definitely since multiple companies will be coming, you'll get a placement. I sat for a few companies. I cleared first few rounds, but I could not clear final rounds. But then side by side, I was also applying for these off-campus placements. So I got 2 placements for a machine learning engineer. Infosys was always there at 2 different companies, one in Pune, one in Delhi. So there I got as a junior machine learning engineer. I got hired.
So would you like to discuss your first salary? Like, what was it?
It was just a mere 7
lakh.
7 lakh. And in my college, people were getting 3 into 10.
Into 10. So what was the were you feeling inferior, or were you feeling that your decision was wrong not to code? And then
by the time I convinced myself, okay, let us not go for 4th year internship, study all these.
As much as time you have you wanted to replicate that into a better job, so you do not want to waste further time.
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay.
And while I was studying all those binary trees and dynamic DP problems, I realized that I'm doing it forcefully. I like doing ML codes. I was still solving Kaggle projects, Kaggle contests. I enjoyed that. So there was there was a doubt that okay, I'm at a lesser package, other people are at a higher package. However, I took that leap of faith at that point.
Okay, great. So from the very first job at Pune,
As a junior machine learning engineer.
Junior, then how you made yourself to the next job?
So the company that I was in Pune, they did not have a lot of ML work. I studied. I was there for 3 months, but then the other opportunity came in, so I came to Bangalore.
Okay.
So there was a good company where there was one of my seniors. She used to guide me a lot, and then there I learned the basic concepts and how actually industry how you solve a ML problem.
Okay.
And then I worked for a good 2 years there, and then I came to Zycus, where I am at this point.
Okay. So were you working on the core machine learning, or were you working on some artificial intelligence type of thing?
Till AI was not still there. Core ML problems. I mean, data extraction, data understanding, computer vision, NLP. These kinds of problems I was working. I really made some models.
Okay.
Then optimize those models and how the tenant is going to use and all those kind of full-on industry experience.
Okay, great. So right now, if I talk about your current job role, do you want to talk about any project, or maybe any of your existing project, or maybe any of the project which you would have solved previously, which made you feel like that, okay, this is what I was meant for? Something like you found out that, okay, this is the best thing of my life, which you have solved in your career.
Okay, I would not say solved. I would say I'm still solving that problem.
Okay, great.
So, you might know there's a very standard problem is in structured documents or unstructured document, the layout, the tabular structure is very, very much different, and we need to extract information out of that. So that started as a basic problem solving using OpenCV. OpenCV is a basic computer vision library where you detect lines and columns, and then.
Okay.
So when I started with that problem, it was fascinating. We had to extract information out of that table in my previous company. So I started with, the ABCDs of computer vision, and then progressed to CNN, RNN, and other algorithm, faster RCNN, and now HRNet and Cascade Tabnet. So all these researches I've been following what is happening, what is not happening, and I'm growing myself with that research, and I'm putting those research into my project at this point in time. One of the state-of-art deep learning algorithm I have used in my project, and that it is deployed. People are using it, tenants are using it.
So you are constantly learning. And applying the same stuff, that same learning into your projects. Great. So if we talk about the current environment of how data science and machine learning is proceeding, everyone is trying to get into data science and machine learning. What are the gaps which you find in your journey and the current journey which every student is trying to follow right now?
Okay. So the gap in my journey was there was nobody to guide me what to do, what is machine learning. So, any random project I used to get, and I used to, search how to do it. Everything was search. Nobody used to tell me. Now here, in this generation, people have a lot of tutors, mentors, courses present. But what they lack is problem solving. Everybody say, okay, I want to do a stock price prediction or a normal regression problem. But they don't understand the problem. They just start putting the algorithm and they start getting the output. I interview people, I give interviews to people. I ask them, why did you use this algorithm? They say, this was giving me the best accuracy. That was not the answer.
Okay.
There are certain parameters which decide which algorithm to go for. So first of all, that understanding is missing. In that I'm talking about students. And if I talk about the lateral hiring, the people who already have had some experience 1 year or 2 years, they miss that problem understanding in the industry. Why at all you want to solve this problem? Because in the end you might have published research papers, you might know 10-20 algorithms, but if you're not able to formulate your company's problem into an ML problem and then solve it, it doesn't help.
What you feel like right now, you are in a very good position, leading a team. So what do you feel like, should a student focus more on coding, or should a student focus more on problem solving if he or she wants to enter into data science field?
Data science is the basic coding skills should be there. Most most importantly, the problem solving should be an understanding of the algorithm. I mean, the way if you want to understand a dynamic DP problem, it might take you 3 or 4 days to understand the concept. But for ML, it's going to take a lot of time. Even if you take a small algorithm, it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of experimentations around it to see what output does it give. So that patience has to be there. And once you solve, I mean, you give different kinds of data as an input, you get different outputs with different parameters. You will know which parameter is doing what. So then you will know at what time which algorithm is to be used because you have understood that parameter.
So right now students are more focused on just at the solution, maybe the output, but they are not looking at how it is working behind the picture. Okay, so that's the basically gap. Regarding coding, they should focus more on problem solving and the basic understanding of coding should be there, right? Okay, so you mentioned that you interview a lot of people, right? So what are the top 3 things which you look at a resume? Like if I'm going to apply at your company and you are going to interview me, so what will be the top 3 things that will excite you to go further with my interview process?
Okay, so if you are a student, the thing that I would look for is that if you are not, let's say if you're a mechanical engineering student, have you done some courses on Coursera probably. It's not in your curriculum, then also you did it because you want to do it and you like that. That's why you might have spent a lot of time in there.
Okay.
And then not just the courses, have you done any projects? Not just the basic projects, a little complicated project also you should have done.
So from where a student can get complicated projects?
Kaggle is something, analytics Vidya, you can get all these projects you can get.
Okay.
And don't solve all the projects that everybody has already solved. Okay. Don't go for digit recognition. Don't go for house price prediction.
Titanic.
Titanic. Don't go for those. Take some different projects, where you can set yourself apart from a group of people. I'll get 20 resume. Everybody has solved stock price, and you have solved some different projects. I would definitely pick yours. That's a differentiator.
Okay, so project is one thing, then next?
And project and courses is something that you have done. If I'm interviewing you, I would say, since you said that you have done the course, are you able to explain what you have done in that course?
Okay.
I'll ask a simple question out of it.
Okay.
And I'll give you a very simple problem. It's not ML, it's a thinking problem.
Thinking.
And I know that in the end thoughts will come into a machine learning. So I want to see that flow of thoughts.
Flow of thoughts, okay.
Then you know basics of machine learning. Everything is there is a data, you have to make features and it goes into an algorithm. How will you come from that data to those features is what I look for.
Okay. So right now, let's suppose if you have interviewed 20 people, so what is the ratio of people who stands according to your expectation?
It's a difficult question. I mean, it depends upon the lot that I have. But if I want to say last 1 month that I have interviewed probably 30 people, I had chosen 5 of them. The first round, the first round and the final round is yet to happen.
Okay.
So, I mean, I test on.
So there is a lot of gap. In the kind of students we are getting out of market, and then
students, it's a little more gap. It is
students. It's more gap.
More gap.
Even the person who are currently working in data science fields, still you find a gap.
Yes, I still find a gap, and it's disheartening actually.
Yeah.
However, the 5 that I shortlist, they're amazing. Okay. I mean, these 5 are very good, and the rest 25 do not even meet the benchmark.
Okay.
So they are following people who, I mean, they're following like everybody is doing data science. Let us also do data science, but they don't understand.
But that is not the way data science works, because that's what I always try to convince my students also, that if you love data, then only you can become a data scientist. Correct. Because data scientist is not all about just putting an algorithm and just feeding a data into an algorithm. It is more like a thought process which constantly run into your mind. Even when you are sleeping, you are just still thinking about it, how to solve it in a better way. So it's something which I have also gone through. Okay, just concluding this round of interview, what are the things you want to just finally say to our listeners, that these are the things which everyone should do, these are the things they should not do if they want to become a good data scientist?
I mean, first thing is that you need to have a little more patience. Right? Data science problem takes a little more time to solve as compared to a normal coding problem. Then figure out if you love data. Otherwise, it's of no use, because you're going to spend a lot of time with data. If I say if my project is of 10 days, 8 days is something that I spend with data. 2 days is, training and fitting and prediction.
That is the final task, but data cleaning and massaging the data is like lot of time which takes.
And then at the era that we are in, the ML problems are not present as is in industry. There are problems in industry. You have to understand the problem and translate that problem into ML. So this translation is something that people need to work on. Then you will ask, how shall I work on it? Go and read about the projects that people have done it, how it translated. You want to go about read about any of the, read Google blogs, read Microsoft AI blogs. You will understand.
Read case studies.
Read case studies. That's how your thinking will develop. For instance, if you want to practice coding algorithms, you go and practice on interview bit. You practice 10 different questions of binary tree. 11th one you can solve. Simple. Same approach you have to use in ML.
Great. So great. That was great talking to her, and I thanks a lot to you for giving her your time. We'll be keep connecting to her. If you have any questions which you want to direct to her, you can drop your question on the comment box. And that was all about it. Please do subscribe to our channel, and we will come back to you with more such videos. All the best.